Hello again, everybody, and welcome back. Another episode of Banish the Doubt. Tonight, I want to talk about vibration and becoming the vibration of what we want to have in our life and be in our life and what we want to attract into our life. So you see behind me, it says 4:44 a.m. And if you look that up in Google, you'll see that it's a message. The universe is sending a message saying you're on the right path. But if you see what the quote is, and I got this from, I believe, Facebook yesterday, and at the timing of this was very interesting because it was right after the event that took place yesterday afternoon in Pennsylvania. Okay? So it says here, people left. People left when the house was falling apart, not knowing I was tearing it down to build a mansion. Tearing it down. The house was falling apart. That's the old you. That's who our old consciousness falling down. Not knowing I was the one tearing it down. Who? You, me, our thinking, our new thinking, tearing it down to build a mansion. I just wanted to see who was going to grab a hammer. So that's what that means. It means that if you've been watching my videos, you're a subscriber. If this is your first time, please do me a favor. If you feel so inspired to, become a subscriber. Hit the notification bell so you can see all of my videos. And if you are a subscriber to these videos and you're wanting maybe a little more one-on-one type of coaching, I'm starting to offer that now. I'm offering the coaching. So leave me information down below and I'll certainly be in touch with you. But that's what that's all about. It's about our consciousness, well, people left, okay, when the house was falling apart, meaning they went back to the old way of thinking, not knowing I was the one tearing it down. Who? The new us, the new me, that new mindset. Okay? So I want to tie this into the event from yesterday, but more so what's been transpiring since then, the obsessive nature of people to obsess about events. So now this here is a quote from Abraham Hicks. By my attention to things, I am making choices. Just having the attention to things. Okay, so what are you focusing on? What's your attention on? What we do not understand is that we do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I want more, I would like some more of that. We're not choosing by doing that, okay? We make our choices by our attention to things. So throughout your day, what is it you're focusing on? What's your attention on? Is your attention on abundance? And is your attention on wealth and plenty in your life? Or is your attention on lack and scarcity? Okay? This universe is based on attraction. When we look at an unwanted thing, our attention to it causes when we look at an unwanted thing, our attention to it causes an activation. So when we look at something unwanted, it causes an activation. It activates in us the vibration within us. And then the law of attraction brings more like it into our experience. So when we're looking at something, we're focused on something, or we're obsessing about something unwanted, we are unconsciously attracting more of that into our life. Okay, so if we're gossiping, we're talking about somebody else, a family member, a friend, a coworker, boss, and we're talking negatively about them, and we're bringing this attention, okay, this experience to other people, not just what's happened here, but we go around, we're constantly bringing more of that to us unconsciously. So we're attracting more unwanted things into our life. Okay? Now, I want to transition. So somebody who sort of unconsciously goes through their life from the bystander in your own life to the architect of your destiny, the unconscious pressure that we put on ourselves. So we have a choice. Okay, so we started off at 4:44 a.m. One second, guys. So we started off 4:44 in the morning. That is the universe or angels, whatever you want to call them, saying to us, hey, listen, if you've been thinking, changing your thinking, you're on the right path. Okay, so we go from bystander in our life if we happen to fall back into the old ways of thinking, if we're unconsciously bringing things into our life that we don't like and we don't understand why these things are happening. So we go from the bystander to the architect of our destiny. The unconscious pressure we put on ourselves, negative energy, words we use, walking the path of difficulty. So if we're using words unconsciously, we're gossiping, we're talking about things we don't like it in the world or in our life, the event yesterday, if we're focusing on that being a negative, we're focusing on that as maybe things are, the world is really whatever you want to say, or the country is being torn apart. If we're focusing on that, then that's where we're bringing more of that into our life unconsciously. See, your reality, my reality, obviously are different, but our realities are nothing more than the outpictured inner thoughts that we have, the words we use, things we focus on. So the people in your life are nothing more than messengers sending messages back to you saying, well, this is what you're thinking about, whatever's going on in their life, okay? If you want abundance in your life, then you have to focus on abundance. You have to become the architect of your destiny rather than the bystander of what's going on. Just tomorrow's Monday, it's another Monday, it's another week. Tonight's Sunday or Sunday night. What do? We start focusing on the old us, right? Start focusing on tomorrow and going to work or whatever it may be. So the idea, are you taking action in the direction of your excitement in an exciting way, or are you just fighting fire with fire and making more fire? The gossiping, okay, the grinding, the you go to work and it's negative. You talk about the event yesterday. So tomorrow when you go to work, are you going to talk about the event and just continue to perpetuate this negative cycle in your life? Or are you going to say, hey, that's in the past, can't do anything about that. That's it. My reality, it has nothing to do with that. That has no effect whatsoever on my reality. My reality is I'm the architect, okay? I'm the architect of my destiny. I'm going to talk to you about this in a second when I turn the page here. Okay, so what we focus on expands. Where our attention goes, energy flows. So where's your attention going? What is your energy on? Is it on abundance and plenty, or is it on scarcity? If it used to be on scarcity, you now want an abundance and plenty and fulfilling and wealth and riches. And I'm not talking just about money. I'm talking about riches in relationships and wealth and relationships and health. If it's on that, then listen to me at this next page. The person who acts like they are a millionaire, a leader, a pioneer, opens the door to becoming one. Let me say that again. The person who acts like they are a millionaire, here first, always here first, a leader, a pioneer, opens the door to becoming one. Embrace this principle and watch as the world shifts around you. I want to just pivot here for a second. Okay, my son just came home from a weekend away at his friend's house down the shore. Okay, he was just telling me 20 minutes ago, not even that long ago, about what happened yesterday. Okay, he's a young boy, and he said there's memes about the shooter and this and that. And I said to him, a leader doesn't foster more of this. A leader does more of this, is embracing, okay, is inclusive, not exclusive. It's not us versus anybody else. It's this. So what we focus on expands. So we focus on being a leader, a pioneer, a millionaire, riches in all forms within our life. We foster that. We focus on that. We think about that. That's our reality. Embrace this principle and watch as the world shifts around you. You bend reality. You bend the matrix to you. People start showing up in your life. 444, the other page, on Facebook of all places, right? There's no accident there, okay? That happened for a reason. I was thinking about the event. I was thinking about, and how do I kind of shift from this, right? How do you take this in and then say, okay, how is it not going to affect me? And boom, that pops up. Perfect segue for the video, right? Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and the path to your dream will become clearer. As you shift, as your energy shifts, as your focus shifts, as your attention becomes more on what it is that you want for your life, how your reality, what is your reality at all times, not just fleeting here and there, all the times. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you're thinking about? Are you waking up with an attitude of gratitude? Are you going through your life every day, and when somebody asks how you're doing, are you saying grateful or blessed? You see, because just by using those words, my friends, just by using those words, we are bringing more of that to us. It doesn't happen all of a sudden. Angels start singing in the skies, but we bring that to us little by little. We start to say things like that, and you start noticing. I've been noticing it myself. Somebody asks me, how are you doing? I say, I'm blessed. I don't even think about it. It just happened. I'm grateful. And you watch, and you listen, you see the reaction of people, because it's who we are on the inside. When you tap into that part of that person, they react. It's who we are. Okay? This is not about a huge bank account. It's about a way of life, a life of rich relationships, personal growth, a wealth of experiences. It's about a vision, seeing beyond the immediate, beyond the hurdles. So seeing beyond the immediate, denying the evidence of the senses, meaning that's what we see, what we hear, okay, in our life, and assuming the feeling of our wish fulfilled, the architect of our destiny, the vision. You become a visionary. You see beyond the immediate. All visionaries in our lifetime have never saw life in the moment. 3D, they call it, whatever it is. They never saw it as it was. They always saw what they wanted, what their reality was. We wouldn't have airplanes today if the visionaries of the Wright brothers doubted the idea of an airplane being put in the sky. Okay? So, we move on. It's about looking at a blank canvas, okay, and seeing in here a masterpiece. Michelangelo, he said David was inside the clay. I just had to chip away of some of the excess. He saw David. If you ever had a chance to go over there and see that, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see David. It's that I've heard it's awe-inspiring. Some of you maybe have had the ability to do this. If you haven't, and that should be something you and yourself and your family take your kids to go see this. Okay, David was always inside the clay. It was a masterpiece. Michelangelo saw David, the canvas. A mindset that isn't deterred by what isn't deterred. Okay, the event yesterday, something going on in your life right now, a bank account that doesn't have enough money to pay the bills, or whatever it may be. A mindset doesn't see that. It sees the money in the account. After all the bills are paid, it sees tremendous amounts of money. You see it here first. You live from this premise. You deny the evidence of the senses and you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You have to feel it. Say it to yourself enough times to where you feel it. Talk about my son, the way he swings the bat today. It's always been there. The talent has always been there. I'm not saying talent may be better than somebody else. I'm talking about just the ability for him to do it has always been inside of him. He just had to swing enough times to where it's now unconscious. He automatically just swings it, so he doesn't have to think about it. Tying our shoelaces, driving a car. We don't have to think about it. We just do it. Okay. And if you want to know about how this just happens, think about the last time you've been driving. Okay. And a song came on the radio and you started singing. You were in the moment. The memory is that the song elicits, right? You're singing the song, but you're also driving the car. And have you ever experienced where you thought, well, how long have I just been driving? I've been singing the song. My mind was back wherever that song brought me to, back to high school, relationships, times of friends, whatever it may be. Your mind went there, but you're here. See? Who's driving the car? Subconscious. So, mindset that isn't deterred by what is, rather it's inspired by what can be. It's inspired by what can be. You believe that it's already happening to you, and it is. It's already here. We're just not able to see it yet because of our mind. It's sort of like this, it's like I'm looking through my fingers here, looking at you. I'm here, okay, but this here is our thinking, or our negative thinking, or our conditioned thinking. Visionaries don't live in the world, okay? They create the world they live in. That's huge. Think about that again. Visionaries don't live in the world. They create the world that they live in. So what are you creating? What are you listening to me right now? What's stirring inside of you? What is, by you listening to that, and even me over my shoulder reading that, what type of emotions is it stirring inside of you? Are you going to go to your job tomorrow and just be another Monday? Just put in your 8-9 hours and go home? Or are you going to create a vision? Are you going to start to allow this vision to come to the surface that's inside? It's always been inside of you, but now you're starting to allow it to come into your reality. Okay? A mindset that doesn't see a stop sign, it sees a detour. Huge. Okay? Not a stop sign. If you're working towards something and things maybe aren't working out the way you planned in this moment, you don't see the stop sign, okay? You see a detour, you see a way around it. A mindset that doesn't walk a straight path, but rather a winding road full of learning experiences or opportunities. We see everything in our life as an opportunity. The event yesterday is an opportunity for us to see around it. The event is a stop sign, but we, with our mindset, it's a detour. We see around it. We see the world maybe now healing a little bit. Maybe the warring factions will start to come together for a little bit. Maybe a fleeting moment, maybe not. Okay, but we see an opportunity to bring people together rather than keeping this divide amongst us. This video is one of the ways we can do that. But when your conception of yourself changes, your whole world changes. When you look in the mirror and see a different you, your whole world and those in it change. Just by you changing this conception of yourself, you're changing the world. Because we are all interconnected. We are all connected in this universe. We are not separate. So by you changing, all those people in your life change just because you change. So we don't change anybody. We always change ourselves, only and every time. There are no justified resentments. We can never, ever have somebody outside change to make us feel better. We never change anybody on the outside. We change ourselves. And by changing ourselves, they change. It's a law. There can be no other way. Okay, so we go on. regardless of where you are starting from, you have the power to adopt a millionaire mindset. Begin with a vision for your life, not just financially, but in all aspects that matter to you. Embrace perseverance. So if you're starting out tonight with this video, okay, I want you to understand the time it takes from you starting out with this, or you've been doing this for a while, and the time for it to start to manifest in your life is just the amount of time you are going to generate this feeling, this emotional feeling of, yes, this is my reality. I've given the illustrations of, if I had a glass, make picture I had a glass here of cranberry juice I've used, okay? And half the cup is filled with cranberry juice. It's red, it's dark, it's hard, you can't see, right? It's not transparent. By doing this, we're putting a tablespoon of water inside the cup with cranberry juice. It has changed. It has changed. The chemistry in it has changed, although we can't see it with our physical senses yet, but it has changed. And each time we watch this, we meditate, we journal, and these are very, very good exercises to take with you tonight from this video. Starting tonight before you go to bed, or tomorrow morning when you wake up. Take some time, quiet your minds, close your eyes, just quiet your mind, just listen to what your thoughts, how are they? Because these are the thoughts that are going on in your mind all the time. Try to control your thinking and think about what it is that maybe this video has just stirred up inside of you. And say to yourself, see yourself as that person. When you look in the mirror tonight, when you go in to brush your teeth, tell that person that they are worthy, that they are deserving of whatever it is that you want in your life, because you are. Okay? But tell yourself, personalize it. Hey, you, George McNamara, you're worthy of all success. You're deserving of all this success. I believe in you. Because there's nobody else out there that's going to change how you feel until you change yourself. If you're in a relationship and you want out of the relationship because the other person is just whatever it may be, understand it's never them. They're just reflecting back to you how you feel about yourself. So you change yourself, because I'm telling you, if you leave the relationship, I guarantee you 9 months from now, you'll be back in a relationship that looks a lot like the same relationship you're in right now, because you haven't changed. It's a little hard truth, but it is the truth, okay? So by the way, I want to finish with this. One other thing to talk to you about. Words, energies to get rid of, okay? Words we use, these are energies. Battling. We don't want to use the word battling. Is this the energy do you want? You want to be battling things? Again, this, do you want that? Making it happen, okay? Allow it to happen. We don't make anything. We don't force anything. We just allow things to happen naturally. Problem. I have an opportunity here. I have a challenge. It's not a problem. It's a challenge. It's an opportunity. Remember, stop sign, detour. Remember that. Watch this video a few times if you have to. Failure. There are no failures in life. There are only learning experiences. The best teacher, an opportunity to learn. There are no failures. I tell my son this all the time about baseball. There are no wins and losses. There's winning and there's learning. Even in winning, there's still learning. There's nothing perfect in this life. Negative definitions automatically come out in our speech. Pay very close attention, my friends, to how you talk. Words, it says in the Bible, do not return void. Meaning what we put out comes back to us. It can't. It's law. So either invest in your thoughts, or are you spending your thoughts? Because I'm telling you, either way, all this is coming back, one or the other. Okay? So I want to transition before we hang up. Before we stop here, I want to continue with this. I couldn't get this all on the board tonight. Doing versus taking action. There are always actions to take, but there's never anything to do. Huge. Hear that again. There are always actions to take, but there's never anything to do. Doing is about trying to make something happen. That's doing. Doing is feeling you have to fulfill a condition before you can have what you want and be who you want to be. That is doing. This is just allowing. What we're doing here is we're allowing the water, the clear water, to go into the cup of cranberry juice. We're allowing the water to go in, and over time, the cranberry juice will become diluted and will eventually it'll just be water. It cannot be any other way. It's law. So we allow it to happen. We don't force anything. Action or taking is about trusting in your higher nature. Action is about being true to who you are, being true to yourself. It's not about taking action. It's about where is the action coming from. Is it coming from a state of non-fulfillment, or is it coming from a state of alignment and love? Because then all of your actions are inspired or lit up when they come from the assumption of the fulfillment, no matter what. It's always and only about who you are. I want to read that again. Action is about trusting, taking actions, about trusting your higher nature. It's about being true to who you are. It's not about taking action. It's about where is the action coming from. Is it coming from a state of non-fulfillment, or is it coming from a state of alignment and love? Because then all of your actions are inspired or lit up when they come from the assumption of fulfillment, no matter what. It's always and only about who you are. Look at the energy of your life. Look at the foods you eat. Look at the shows that you watch. Remember, again, the event. Energy is everything. Change the energy of your life and connect to the energy of spirit or source. 444 a.m., right? How do you talk to yourself? Okay? The creative source in your life reacts to your belief in shortages with a fulfillment of your belief. If you believe there are shortages out there and you can't attract them into your life, source energy is unlimited abundance. It's just in a constant state of creating. So if we're thinking about shortages and we can't create this in our life, source energy universe is going to say, okay, we're going to give you more evidence of that. So change our thinking. Change to, yes, this is my life. This is who I am now. Because life is nothing more than a series of now. Okay? If you come to this source with a belief there are shortages in your life in terms of abundance, it will fulfill this belief. If you believe you can't be healed, that it's impossible for you to be healed, if you believe you can't be happy, can't attract the right person, it will fulfill this belief. Always remember, you are at one with this source, and therefore you are at one with all of its principles. So you have to contemplate yourself as connected to, in harmony with, in rapport with what this video is asking you to, what this video is asking you to, with every thought and every minute of your life. Remember this: when things aren't working, when you're not feeling well, say to yourself, this is the way it's supposed to be. Be at peace with it. Always look for the positive in every situation. So understand when things are not working out for you. Be gentle with yourself. Understand, for right now, this is how it's supposed to be, but I'm going to double my efforts. I'm going to take time. I'm going to take time if I can in that moment, if I have the opportunity to just pull away, detach myself from the events, contemplate. This is how it is right now, but I'm going to focus on what I want to do, what I want to be, who I want to have in my life, what I want to have in my life. I'm going to take a moment and do this, okay? If you keep on thinking of what always has been, then don't be surprised if what always has been keeps showing up in your life. So it's the words we use, and it's our mind. What are we thinking about? Okay? Think from the end. So that is the video for tonight, guys. I just want to underscore again that message, 4:44 in the morning. You saw this for a reason. If you're starting to notice these triple numbers everywhere, it's the universe talking to you, letting you know you're on the right path, or maybe you have to double down. You have to become more focused on your energy and in your mind, what you're thinking about. Okay, but understand this: you can have whatever it is you want in your life. Whatever it is you're seeing tonight in your mind, watching this video, you absolutely can be it, and you can see it, you can feel it. You will. I am proof of this. Okay. The part of that that says things are starting to come into focus, it's starting to sort of come complete. I'm understanding this much more now. It took me a while to get here, but I'm understanding this now. Believe me, what I've come through, and I would never wish it on anybody. You can do this. I know for a fact you can do this. If you believe, if you put forth the effort, the action, the inspired action. Okay. It's not about forcing anything. It's just living your life in every moment, understanding, becoming aware, creating this more of awareness. And when opportunities come up for you to gossip or you to be the old person, if you go back into that for a minute, understand it's fine. It happens. But then pull yourself out, detach yourself from it. So that's the video tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share this video and my other videos, because the more people see these videos, the more we can heal this world. I thank each and every one of you for being a member of my channel. God bless, and I will see you the next time.